Hello people. I'm back with another recording today. And I hope this recording today makes sense really. I have, over the last couple of days, really looked at myself in terms of who I was and who I'm becoming. Who I was a person who gave myself to other people regardless. I wouldn't say of the consequences, but I was perhaps trying too hard to fit into their life and forgetting my life and who I am. In fact, I can say there wasn't who I am, there was just them. So I was giving myself freely, and regardless of the situation, I wasn't in that relationship at all. It was their relationship and how they wanted me to be. Looking at that, how I was, I have now determined what my difficulties were, and I am or cannot be the only one. I have thought high and low about who I want to be, and even just thinking about the changes that I want to make for myself. Do you know what? I feel 100% or 110% better thinking about who I want to be going forward than I have been. My saying over the last couple of days has been, I am no longer who I was yesterday. Even that in itself, it's about the words you use for yourself. I'm not talking about affirmations or mantras or anything like that. I'm just talking about the belief that we should have in the individual self going forward. And it's the belief that makes the difference. I've proved that to myself over the last couple of days. I've proved that to myself in terms of just my normal engagement with people. There isn't that shrinking into somebody else's view or opinion of me, because my opinion of me is my opinion, and it should be stronger than their opinion of me. So for years and years and years, I've been shrinking myself because I didn't want to appear probably better than them. So I've been doing myself a disservice, an absolute disservice. People, I am now approaching 66 years of age, and I'm only just starting to look at my personal, and I won't even call it development, presentation that I've been carrying around for years within my family, within people that I've met in the community, with people that are so-called friends. An absolute disservice. That stops. It has stopped. I've developed a program. The program that I've thought about over the last couple of days. In fact, no, it hasn't been the last couple of days actually. It's been for quite some time. Before this channel was developed, I had another channel which was removed from YouTube, which I keep saying I have no idea. But within the recordings of that channel, I Am Light in a Dark World was called. I actually did a recording in terms of this subject. But it's come back with a vengeance, absolute vengeance. I need to explain it to you, which is what I'm about to do. I have also updated my statement of purpose because it was too long, too wordy. So I am going to read that out to you now. This is my mission statement, what my channel is about. I've just moved it about. This channel is supported by God and is based on my experience of witchcraft and the awakening process over the period of 4 years. The practice of witchcraft is real and it affects many people's lives in terms of physical health, emotional and mental health, substance misuse, to include financial difficulties. I am calling these entities out into the open to express their actions towards the vulnerable and the innocent. These people, demonic entities, are shameful and disgusting, and they need to stop what they are doing. I ask God to continue his protection of the chosen and individuals of the light who visit my channel to express themselves and to receive support. So it's shorter. Also going forward, establish for yourself what and who does God mean to you. I'm going to come back to this so it's in your mind. Also going forward, to establish for yourself what and who does God mean to you. So that is a question. This is the program that I've been working on. This recording I'm going to call Absolute Love of Self. Feelings of imperativeness. I think the reason why we as chosen and others keep getting ourselves in trouble, I shall say, with narcissists, demonic entities, is because we do not love ourselves. I discussed this in my previous recording. Go back and have a look. But for me, myself, having developed this and practiced what I have developed, I feel better. And each day, when I'm going about my daily activities and have this program in my mind, I hope it works for you. Right. Who I was is not who I am becoming. Who I was the others. who controlled me before self. Although the others is very important to me, going forward is myself first. This is absolute. Now, I need to explain this, and I'm going to read it again. Although the others is very much important, going forward is, for me, going forward myself first. This is absolute. Now, being controlled, as in the black sheep of the family, is never an easy recognition to come to terms with, because I've been controlled for years and years and years. I don't condone what they have done to me. I have to forgive and move on. But that's not saying, people, that I forget. So to forget would mean that I'm going back where I'm coming from. And I have no intentions of doing that. No intentions at all. Believe me. Chosen ones, should you not change your mindset, the danger of returning to behaviours of old is very much real. What is called for at this time going forward is absolute love of self, unconditional love of self. Core assessment of self. This is your truth, who you are now, because you're starting to change. Excuse me. Who is this person in front of you? Is this person worthy of trust? So I'm talking about the person you meet in the street, the person that's been in your life for years, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, even your own offspring. And I don't mean to be harsh, but once you get into the awakening process and experience some of the things that are unusual, energetics for one, you start to think differently. You start to think differently. But I'm going to move away from family at the moment, because sometimes that's a bit too much of a hard face for people to acknowledge. So it's about the person who is in front of you, the person that you've just met and said hello, the person you met in the pub, the person you sit next to at work. Because energetics, people, when you get into energetics, it is absolutely unbelievable. It's a different mindset, absolute different mindset, and it makes you think differently also. So, is this person worthy of your trust? And this is talking about a core assessment now. Is this person of the light, and what is your evidence? Do you want this person in your life? What is God's opinion? I'll explain that. Going forward, having established a relationship with God, who is on your side, totally on your side, He will advise you. He will advise you. core part of self, discernment. How do you really feel about this person? You can be too trusting. Learn to move in silence. Do not, and I repeat, do not ignore your nudge, your inner whisper. Do not measure progress only from visibility. It's about how you feel inside. It's about how that person makes you feel. Is there something about that person that niggles you? Is that person true? What this person speaks to you about? Do you believe? And if I'm being honest with you, I've been so naive throughout my life. Over the last couple of days, whilst I was thinking about this program, I've been really upset with myself. Really upset with myself. To know how I've been. How easy I've let people into my life. And how easy people have manipulated me. Because I've given them my power. No more. No more. You are a masterpiece in progress. Take time to insert your new self skills. And you're developing that as you go along. It's about putting yourself first. Even within your family, it's about putting yourself first. I wrote here, I declare and decree love of self going forward from this point is absolute. I will not display behaviours of old, and I will consider self before moving forward occurs. God, a part of my core self, has a major injection of any forward movement taken. I'm going to read that again. I declare and decree love of self going forward from this point is absolute. I will not display behaviours of old, and I will consider self before forward movement occurs. God, a part of my core self, as a major injection of any forward movement taken. In short, consider God in your life. Who is God to you? I thought about this, and I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I keep coming up with different definitions, true definitions to me. But for me, and I am not religious. I've made statements previous to this recording that I have never picked up a Bible, although I've got a Bible now and I've started to read the Bible. Up until this point, no, I am not religious. And I will go as far to tell you that due to my upbringing, I turned my back on God. I absolutely turned my back on God. And what I have now is a new view due to my relationship. And I'll let you into a little secret. I didn't approach God. God approached me. He approached me. One day, I was sitting here, drinking a cup of coffee. And in my mind, I heard, absolutely heard, you have done nothing wrong. From that point, although it's been a slow process, my relationship with God has developed. And if I'm being honest with you, and I am, I can't do without him. He is the father I didn't have. He is the friend I didn't have, never had. I can talk to him, but also he makes me so angry. I've lost my temper with him to the point that I nearly cried. But I can't do without him in my life anymore. Cannot. And this is me. I'm not saying this has got to be you. This is me. This is what God means to me. Right. I've expressed that. Protection of mind, heart, spirit and soul is absolutely imperative. The reason I say that relates to witchcraft, relates to demonic people, narcissists. And I'm sure you have had experience of that already. Go on, out. Prince. Before completing, sorry, wrong page. This is my guidance, my core assessment of self, my beginning, my power, my new beginning. Yesterday no longer exists. I am now in the present. Unconditional love is known as love without judgment. There are many ways to describe unconditional love. Most will agree that it is a type of love which has no bounds and is unchangeable. This definition, for me, is quite open and leaves the reader to his or her own opinion. Quite rightly. However, with this said, I would like to add the words respect and consent. These are powerful words that require consideration. I'll leave that up to your own judgment. To establish your stance within this unconditional love, you will need to complete your own research for your own understanding. If you are in a partnership, this will need to be discussed openly. Witchcraft, demonic entities, narcissists are real. These entities affect people's lives, regardless whether you identify to being chosen or not. Demonic entities do not discriminate. They just want what they want, regardless. I'm thinking about, at this moment, the first time I looked into a narcissist or entity's eyes who expressed the liking of my energy. And to be quite honest with you, it was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. The way this person laughed, the excitement coming from her, I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. This person withheld nothing from me. And with that, I seen the evil in this person. The evil. The absolute evil. I would not wish what I experienced on anybody. But in saying that, that experience has made me who I am today. I thank God for that experience. Absolutely thank God for that experience. Without that experience, this channel would not have been developed at all. I thank God. Right. This is why you are here. You've had an experience that you probably want to understand in terms of witchcraft, in terms of the way you're feeling. I'm here. I'm going nowhere. I'm here. Protection from these beings is what you are doing here. Loving yourself, implementing conditional love of self is the first significant step of protection of yourself from this point going forward. Implementing unconditional love means that you put yourself first. In putting yourself first means also is that you will not stand any nonsense coming from anybody, regardless whether they are demonic or a narcissist or whatever. This is your frontline protection. Once you put yourself first, nothing like this will ever happen. It's when you have cracks in your armour, when you let people in freely without actually knowing them, is the issue. Is the absolute issue. If you don't love yourself, like I didn't, like so many thousands and millions of people out there, this is what the problem is. Unconditional love is your front line protection. Refrain from fear and doubt is absolute when considering the following. Adhere to this technique. You have to adhere to this technique. Implement it and hold it close to your heart. Before completing your core assessment of self, these questions you need to ask to put you in the right mindset. But at the same time, have God in your heart. I am forgiven and free from sin and guilt. You have to believe that. Nobody is perfect. We have all sinned in one way or another. But it doesn't mean that you have sinned. You can't believe in God. So, before completing this core assessment of self, ask these questions. Believe in who you want to be. You have to believe in who you want to be. I am who I think of myself. I am who I think of myself. Why are you doing this? Whatever your answer, mean it. What is it you need to modify? And don't forget, I'm talking about, before completing your core assessment, ask yourself these questions. Draw on memories you know to be your experience. That is vital. You can't just pluck things out of the air and think, oh, I'll just put that in. Make sure whatever you put within your core assessment, you've experienced, you've thought about, and you want to change, you want to modify. Don't forget, this is about unconditional love of yourself. So if you don't take it serious, it ain't going to work. Protection is real. I cast all my anxiety on God. I renew my love for myself. I love myself. Accept myself. I'm taking back my power. My character of old has no place on my new page of self going forward. Sorry, I'll read that again. My character of old has no place on this new page of self going forward. Forget the old. Bring in the new. It's like you can't go forward taking the past with you if you want to change. People, this is good. This is good. I feel so different. I feel like the sun shines every day, even though it's raining and it's dark. God is my strength. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. I hope you've understood what I've said today. I hope that you implement this for yourself. Because nothing's going to change unless you change. The experiences that you've had will continue. If you don't love yourself, things will continue. Arm yourself. Frontline protection. This is what this is. Frontline protection. Besides this, meditation is key. Prayer is key. Establish a relationship with God is key. I'm not saying that you have to become religious either. You can establish a relationship with God without becoming, I don't know, involved in religion. Religion is not the only way forward. Take that from me. If anybody has any questions in terms of this program, this technique going forward, drop me a line. In addition to that, I am looking for subscriptions to take this channel into areas that will be beneficial for people. Protection is the key. This is what I'm about. My name is Ian. I love you all. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Take care.